Well, Smith and Wesson, welcome to the stream. Well, Joker Gaming, I'm doing all right. Well, Smith and Wesson, if you have a gaming PC, you can remaster this game. We don't need Bethesda. I'll shut up now.
When atomic fire consumed the Earth, those who survived did so in great underground vaults. When they opened, their inhabitants set out across the ruins of the old world to build new societies, establishing villages, forming tribes. As decades passed, what had been the American Southwest united beneath the flag of the new California Republic, dedicated to old world values of democracy and the rule of law. As the Republic grew, so did its needs. Scouts spread east, seeking territory and wealth in the dry and merciless expanse of the Mojave Desert. They returned with tales of a city untouched by the warheads that had scorched the rest of the world, and a great wall spanning the Colorado River.
Good morning, Tony.
The NCR mobilized its army and sent it east to occupy Hoover Dam and restore it to working condition. But across the Colorado, another society had arisen under a different flag. A vast army of slaves forged from the conquest of 86 tribes, Caesar's Legion. 4 years have passed since the Republic held the dam, just barely, against the Legion's onslaught. The Legion did not retreat. Across the river, it gathers strength. Campfires burn, training drums beat. Through it all, the new Vegas Strip has stayed open for business, under the control of its mysterious overseer, Mr. House, and his army of rehabilitated tribals and police robots.
Well, hello, Archivist.
You are a courier, hired by the Mojave Express to deliver a package to the new Vegas Strip.
I'm doing good, Tony.
What seemed like a simple delivery job has taken a turn for the worse.
You got what you were after, so pay up.
You're crying in the rain, Pally.
Guess who's waking up over here?
Time to cash out.
Will you get it over with?
Maybe cons kill people without looking them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig? You've made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
I hope so, too. Well, everybody, welcome. And yes, in case you're wondering, I have heavily modded this playthrough.
You're awake. How about that? Whoa, easy there, easy. You've been out cold a couple of days now. Why don't you just relax a second? Get your bearings. Let's see what the damage is. How about your name? Can you tell me your name? I can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but if that's your name, that's your name. I'm Doc Mitchell. Welcome to Good Springs. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place.
An archivist,
How'd I do?
welcome to the stream. I'm gonna make my character female. What? It does make the game easier. Well, it'll be a normal run. I'm not going to do hardcore or anything.
I got most of it right anyway. Stuff that mattered. Okay. No sense keeping you in bed anymore. Let's see if we can get you on your feet. Good. Why don't you walk down to the end of the room? Over by that vigor tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race. Looking good so far. Go ahead and give the vigor tester a try. We'll learn right quick if you got back all your faculties.
No. Well, I don't want to be too big an asshole.
Yeah, that's a pretty standard score there, but after what you've been through, I'd say that's great news. Well, we know your vitals are good, but that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you nuttered and a bighorn are dropping. What do you say you take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions? See if your dogs are still barking. All right. I'm gonna say a word. I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. Dog.
I'm thinking train.
House. Night.
I think sleep.
Bandit. Light.
I'm gonna use it, say it's an inspiration.
Mother.
I could never think of my mother as a human shield. But I'm gonna go with caretaker.
Okay. Now, I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature.
Strongly disagree.
I ain't given to relying on others for support.
I disagree.
I'm always fixin' to be the center of attention. I'm slow to embrace new ideas.
I would agree with
I
that.
charge in to deal with my problems head on. Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see.
A chemical reaction.
How about this one? Last one.
It doesn't look like any of these options, but I'll go with mushroom cloud.
Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results.
But that ain't an
See if it
option.
seems right to you.
Alright, I'm gonna reset these. Alright. Explosives. Speech. And barter.
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. I got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
Well, you'd be surprised. Wild Wasteland. Well, there is no good ones.
Alright, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out.
Well, I'd rather get a few extra points early, Smith. And in case anybody has any questions, yes, I have a shit ton of mods installed. I think around 50 or 60. Yeah, I couldn't have said it any better myself. Ooh, nice. I got government rounds. Government rounds are rare. It's nice to be able to get them early in the game.
Here, these are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. But it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to be now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. Was my wife's. I think she was about your size, and she hardly wore it after we left the vault. Felt it was too brazen.
Well, thank you for patching me up, Doc.
Don't mention it. It's what I'm here for. You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon. I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore.
Well, no problem. No.
Howdy, partner. Might I say you're looking fit as a fiddle?
What a creepy robot.
Don't mention it. I'm always ready to lend a helping hand to a stranger in need. I was out for a stroll that night when I heard the commotion up the old bone orchard. Saw what looked like a bunch of bad eggs, so I laid low. Once they'd run off, I dug you up to see if you were still kicking. Turns out you were. So I hauled you off to the dock right quick.
Well, that was
Can't
kind
say that
of
I'm
him.
familiar with the rascals. Some of the fine folks in town might be able to help you out with that. I moseyed into town, 10, 15 years ago. Before that, I can't quite seem to recall. Odd. Anyway, I'm a Securitron. Robco Security Model 2060B. If you ever see any of my brothers, tell them Victor says howdy.
Yeah, you have to. Nope. Alright, I'm gonna save real quick. And yes, I do steal quite a bit. And no, I'm not going to apologize. Okay. Time to keep picking the house clean. I just hope you guys enjoy this playthrough. I took my time and really learned how to mod the game. I don't want any of that. So how's everybody doing today? Well, fair enough, Smith & Wesson, but I'm not planning on changing my character. Hey, Shadow Wolf. How are you today, dude? I'm just robbing people blind in Fallout New Vegas. Yeah, but I'm gonna try playing through this legitimately. Well, fair enough, Smith. I know you are. Think I already looted that place. Ah, here we go. Another house to loot. And I don't want to... And nobody has a right to judge me. Alright, now it's time to go see chat. Yeah, I have remastered it. I've installed around 50 to 60 mods.
You must be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. The way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be walking out of that office.
Suppose I
I've got
shouldn't
plenty
steal
of
from
supplies for
him.
sale. Even got some weapon mods and special ammo. Well worth the caps if you ask me. If you're hurting for caps, I've also got boxes of surplus ammo in the miscellaneous section. They're not great, but you get what you pay for. Weapon mods are things like silencers, scopes, special ammo includes things like armor-piercing bullets. There's also hollow point bullets, which...
Huh. Barbecue. Beer. Cram. Dirty water. Prickly pear fruit.
Another satisfied customer.
Alright, sorry about that. I had to sell a few things to Chet. I'm gonna have to increase my sneak a bit. He doesn't look very interesting.
Cheyenne, stay. Don't worry, she won't bite unless I tell her to. Sure can. Take the road southeast out of town till it hits the freeway. Prim is the town with a roller coaster straight south. Can't miss it. NCR patrols do a good job of keeping the highway clear, but I'd keep your gun where you can reach it easily. You never know who you'll run into. Off the road, you'll probably start running into hostile wildlife. My advice would be to stick to the highway when you can.
Fair enough.
Not in Good Springs, no. But if you're up for a little scavenging, there's always the schoolhouse. Most of what's in there is junk, but there's this old safe that even Easy Pete wasn't able to crack with dynamite. If you want to take a shot at it, take these. If the lock's too much for you to handle, reading through the magazine might give you the edge you need. Always happy to help.
Well, ain't she a nice lady?
I hunt geckos mostly. The meat's pretty good and I can always find a buyer for the hides. I also help keep the town clear of rat scorpions and coyotes. Not many people live in Good Springs, so wildlife is always creeping in. Sure, what do you want to know? Southeast of here is Prim, can't miss it. Since it has the giant old roller coaster right in the middle of town. The NCR's got an outpost there. If you follow the road north, you'll eventually hit Sloan and Quarry Junction. They mine rocks or something, but I heard they got troubles lately. I wouldn't head that direction if I were you, though. Got critters up there that don't take kindly to getting shot. The new California Republic. Bunch of settlers and soldiers coming in from the west, fixing on making Nevada their own. They can be right pushy, but the roads are safer because of them, so I tend to let it go. Not that I got a choice.
Yeah, Sunny Smiles sums it up perfectly.
Well, the wildlife for one thing. Rowdy locals for another. They're protecting their own. Just happens to help us. They've been holding off this other group from the east, too. Got a funny name. Call themselves Caesar's Legion. Never seen them in these parts, so I couldn't tell you much. I hear rumors, that's about it. Supposedly they keep slaves and they got some real nasty ways of killing folks. But maybe that's just something folks in the NCR cooked up to make themselves seem more useful here. Less uninvited. Around here, mostly coyotes and geckos. The coyotes are pretty dangerous in large packs, but otherwise they're nothing to really worry about. The geckos aren't too tough, but they've got a nasty bite. I've heard about bigger, nastier versions out in the wasteland, but I've never seen them. Stick to the roads when you can, and steer clear of the hills north of Good Springs. The critters up there are big and poisonous.
Alright, time to learn how to survive in the desert.
Yeah, I guess there's a thing or two I could show you. Sounds like you need all the help you can get after what they done to you. Meet me outside, behind the saloon.
Well, fair enough. So it looks like Christmas will soon be upon us.
Now, see the sarsaparilla bottles on the fence there? Take this and try to hit a couple of them. That's the right idea. Look down the sight. Try crouching down and staying still. It'll help your aim. Nice shot. Well, that's a start. But I don't reckon you came to me to learn to fight sarsaparilla bottles. Tell you what, I gotta go chase geckos away from our water supply anyway. Darn critters are attracted to it. Why don't you come along? Follow
Fair
me.
enough.
It's just down to the southeast a short ways.
I like the weapon retexture mod. Remember, if you're enjoying the stream, feel free to leave a like on it. Alright, here I go.
Hear that up on the ridge behind me there? We got some geckos to clear out. Bunch of little monsters is what they are. Seems like Doc Mitchell treats more gecko bites than anything else. Let's see if we can get a little closer. If we move quietly, we can get the jump on them. More likely to hit something vital that way. Okay, you're on. Go give him hell.
Got him! Oh, that's a nice HD retexture mod.
See? You're getting the hang of it. There's 2 more wells that still need clearing. You want, you can come along. It'd be worth a few caps to me. Shouldn't take more than a couple minutes, especially with 2 of us.
Got
Come with
him.
me.
Come on. Alright, time to move in. Damn dog, I keep getting stuck on it. Got him!
That takes care of that. Holy moly. If you hadn't come here like you've done, I'd be a goner for sure. I
Damn
came here to
straight,
get
I'm a
water.
stud.
Here, you should have what I got. You look thirsty.
Well, it may have helped if I equipped some armor.
Now that was some good work. Even got a little exciting there at the end. Here's a little spending money for the trouble. One more thing I wanted to show you. Thought I might teach you about living off the land and making useful things for yourself. Interested? Alright then. We'll need a couple ingredients to get started. Gonna want some xander root and a brock flower. Let me think now. I know I've seen brock flowers growing up at the graveyard, and I seem to remember there being xander root over by the schoolhouse. Bring those on back to me, and we'll get cooking.
Hey, Terror through the fog. Welcome to the stream. How are you today, Terror? Well, it's well worth a playthrough. It's about what happens if the human race nukes itself. It's actually interesting. Yeah, I can't argue with you on that one. So what's everybody's opinion so far? And you've never played Fallout before? Huh. The man has had to go and piss me off. Those will come in later. Handy later. Alright, the skill magazine will work. Damn it. So how have you been anyway? There through the fog? I've been doing pretty good. Took some time and actually learned how to mod this game. Well, there's an excellent tutorial. Where Benny shot me and left me for dead. I'll pay him back for it. But if you ever do, it's well worth it. Alright.
Let me see what you got. Yeah, these'll do just fine. Just fine. Alright now. We're gonna be making something folks on the trail call healing powder. Go on over to that campfire now. Give it a try. Hey, that's not bad, see? All it takes to make a recipe is the right ingredients and the right know-how. Sometimes it won't be a campfire you need. Might need to do some work on your guns and ammo, maybe. Important thing to get is it's all the same idea. You just need to find the right place to set up shop. Workbench or reloading bench, whatever. Well, I hope that's enough to get you started. I'm heading back now. Hope I didn't miss anything good on the jukebox. Cheyenne would never forget. Trudy, she's bartender up at the Prospector. Kind of the town mom. She likes to meet newcomers. She'd be cross with me if I didn't ask you to poke your head in and say hi.
Okay, fair enough. Alright, time to say hello to her. Yeah, I don't need any copyright content ID claims.
I'm done being nice. If you don't hand Ringo over soon, I'm going to get my friends and we're burning this town to the ground. Got it?
We'll keep that in mind. Now, if you're not going to buy something, get out.
Since I like being the nice guy, I'll help the town.
Well, you've been causing quite a stir. Glad I finally got to meet you. Welcome to the Prospector Saloon. Looks like our little town got itself dragged into the middle of something we don't want anything to do with. About a week ago, this traitor, Ringo, survivor of an attack, he says. Bad men after him. Needs a place to hide. We figured he was just in shock, so we gave him a place to lie low. We didn't actually expect anyone to come after him. Cobb hasn't exactly been looking for Ringo too hard. I think he's afraid that Ringo will ambush him, which is probably true. You mean murder him? That's not our way, even if Cobb is scum. He can bluster and threaten all he wants. Some of the others, like Sonny, will probably stand up for Ringo if he asks for help, which he hasn't. Personally, I hope he sneaks out of town one night and takes the powder gangers with him.
Yeah.
Chain gangs, really. The NCR brought them in from California to work on the rail lines. Problem is, it turns out that giving convicts a bunch of dynamite and blasting powder isn't the best idea. Was a big escape not too long ago. Together so they could make trouble. That's what we're dealing with now.
Well, I think I'm feeling charitable. I'll help him
He's
out.
holed up at the abandoned gas station up the hill. He's a convict, just without the chains. Said his name was Cobb. Powder gangers is what they call themselves. Plenty more like him out there. Not much, other than they're a bunch of freeloaders who expected a few rounds on the house. I was able to get them to pay up, though. Of course, one of the great cons did knock my radio to the floor, by accident, and it hasn't been working since.
Yeah, I could.
They were having some kind of argument about it, but the guy in the checkered coat kept shushing them. Sounded like they came in from the north through Quarry Junction. If that's the case, I can't say I blame them for not wanting to go back. That whole area is overrun with the kind of critters that just get mad if you shoot them. Merchants avoid that whole stretch of I-15 like it's radioactive, which it could be for all I know. Fellow wants to get there and avoid the 15, he'd have to go east. Take Highway 93 up.
It doesn't look like my
Sure. The
internet
outside
wants
looks
to
okay,
work.
but I think something broke on the inside. There'd be caps in it for you. I do like to hear what's going on in the world. And that Mr. New Vegas seems like such a gentleman.
Doesn't seem like my internet wants to work.
There's always something interesting going on. Biggest news has to be the come and dust NCR and the Legion over the dam. The most power in Nevada. Money, troops, you name it. They do what they can to keep things safe in the region. But if you ask me, they're trying to do too much. They're spread too thin. I'm pretty sure the NCR wants to hold on to the dam because it's one of the few places around that can make electricity. The Legion are a bunch of savages, though. No idea why they'd want the dam. Probably plan on destroying it or something. Slavers, killers, and all other kinds of trouble. They dress up like Roman soldiers, so there's no mistaking it when you see them. The rumor is that the Legion is far larger than the NCR lets on, and that it's been due to luck that the Legion hasn't overrun the territory.
I'll give it a few more minutes.
Feeling thirsty? I can take care of that. Yeah, I heard it turn right back on after you got done tinkering with it. Here's some
Hey,
caps
big
for the
train.
Not at all. I'm never sure how much is normally charged for this sort of thing. Here's some additional caps. That should be enough. Now, how about spending some of those caps in the saloon?
Nah, you charge too much for alcohol.
Be
Well, thank you for doing so. 14 skill points. Yeah, my internet's not working. Good. This is why I chose to be a female courier. The Black Widow perk gives you a lot of extra damage against most male opponents. And most opponents in this game are male. Nice. God damn it. It doesn't look like my internet's smooth out at all.
That's close enough. Who are you, and what do you want with me? Sorry about the gun. You just caught me off guard, that's all. We got off to a bad start. What say we start over with a friendly game of Caravan? You know how to play? It's a two-player game. The goal is to create caravan bids that beat your opponent's bids. So there's more strategy than luck involved. It's why you won't see caravan in any casino. Too slow. Here, take this holotape. So... just keep an eye out for him while you travel. Oh, sorry. Yeah, he doesn't look very tough, though. I hear he's afraid I'll shoot him down from one of the windows when I see him. And he's right. I'll have a much bigger problem once his friends show up. There's no way I could handle all of them in a gunfight. I'm gonna lay low for as long as I can, assuming the town doesn't throw me to the wolves. I've got no chance against the gang on my own. All I've got left on me are a handful of caps, but you get me out of this and I'll make sure the Crimson Caravan pays you back. You've got my word. We just end up Start with Sunny Smiles. She's been friendlier than most around here.